I saw some statistics recently that they said the number one cause of disability in the workplace, like for employers and so on right now, is depression. Right now, depression, anxiety, PTSD, biggest cause of disability and cause of missed days at work and loss of productivity in the workplace. So it's a huge, huge issue. And we have a pharmacist amongst us, a brilliant pharmacist, Mr. Johann Bukes. And I asked him a while back, I said, what percent of your prescriptions are for antidepressants, anti-anxiety? He said 50%. Well, if you have 50% of the prescriptions going for anti-anxiety, antidepressants, you know that translates into millions of Americans are depressed. Millions. So, start with my story. A few years back, I went through a divorce. Looking back at it, I think I'd been depressed for several years before that, but in the divorce, depression course got deeper, and I've talked to different marriage counselors, and they said, you know, it's not super common that you'll see someone get suicidal, but they definitely do see it. And depression, very common, of course, because the person's world is just coming apart, all their dreams, etc. So I was in real heavy depression, got anxiety off the charts, panic attacks, couldn't hardly function at all. Probably wouldn't have made it if I didn't have family to help take care of me. So I'll tell you just how bad it was. My own secretary told me, don't come to work. She said, you scare the customers because you look like death warmed over. Okay, so that's how bad it was. I got suicidal, and fortunately, someone must have told Emma Jo Krause. Emma Jo Krause is a two-diamond distributor, she's a legend in Neolife. She and Jerry Krause opened Neolife Australia and New Zealand, and some of them were at Tony's house about a month ago. So anyway, Emma Jo called me from Arkansas. Someone must have told her my life was hanging by a thread, because she lives a long way from me. She had never known, somebody must have told her. So she called me, and I got to tell you what she didn't say first. And try to absorb this, because there's thousands of people all around us that are in depression, I can guarantee you. She didn't say, if you take these 2 Neolife products in this amount, you might get better. Maybe you'll get better. I hope you'll get better. That's not what she said. She said, if you take 6 salmon oil, 5B complex, she said, you will have 0 problem. I mean, none. Well, Emma Jo is part of the medical profession, and she's a genius, and I've known her for decades. I trust her implicitly. She's a fabulous person. So I started taking 6 salmon oil, 5B complex. Now it's going to be gradual, slow, so you're not probably going to notice it real quick. But on the first checkup with the psychiatrist, because my family insisted I see her regularly because they were afraid for my life, the psychiatrist took me off one of the 4 drugs and cut the other 3 in half after the first visit, because she could see it's that much better. Okay, then the second visit, she cut everything in half again. Third visit, everything in half again. Fourth visit, took me off everything. I said, are you sure? I'm going to China in 2 weeks. I'm going to be out of the country. She said, well, you're not having any problem. So go off. So I like telling that in one way, because some people suffer for years and years and years and years. They're on antidepressants, and still it says right on the antidepressant that it causes anxiety, depression, and suicidal ideation. Right on the stuff they're giving you. It's insanity. So one of the things for postpartum depression, it's almost predictable. The psychiatrist is going to tell that person you have an imbalance. But hello, it's not an imbalance of Zoloft. They do not have a Zoloft deficiency. It's an omega-3 imbalance. So if you get them on the omega-3, 6 salmon oil, in my case, 5B complex, then the brain has what it needs. Depression is going to go down to just about hardly anything. And with postpartum depression, the reason they kick into that is because second and third trimester of the pregnancy, the baby's brain is developing like crazy. It takes a lot of omega-3 to develop baby's brain. So if mama doesn't have enough, sucks it from mama's body, she kicks into postpartum depression. But my daughter said, look, Dad, I have a lot of girlfriends. After they have the baby, they cry for weeks and weeks and weeks. She said, I have no problem, because she takes salmon oil all through her pregnancies. So you can help people that way. Now, Jeff Burkholz, he was on the stage, and he's told many people this, so I don't feel bad. He was at the stage at the rally. He had told his wife that she and the kids would be better off without him. He had crippling anxiety, I mean, really bad, and all it took was a breakfast pack. That's all it took. He's off both medications, he's fine. and I know other people just on the breakfast pack, so they might not need huge amounts of salmon oil, and B, breakfast pack might do it because it's helped a lot of other people too. Thank you.